Today, we're going to break down a really simple, but honestly, super powerful blueprint for change. It's a whole philosophy, and it's all wrapped up in this idea of day 29. So, what's that all about? Let's get into it. Right there, that's the core of it. We're so often focused on, a 30-day challenge or some big finish line. But this idea suggests the real magic, the actual transformation, happens in the simple act of showing up again and again and again. It's all about the process. Okay, so what does one of these day 29 type of days actually look like in practice? Let's pull back the curtain and break down the blueprint piece by piece to see how you can build that kind of lasting change. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, we have to talk about the foundation of this whole thing. And it's this. It's all built on the power of consistency. It is not about being perfect. It's about what you do most of the time, not about trying to have one single flawless day. I think the key word here is practice, right? Some days you're going to feel amazing. Other days, not so much. But the one thing that you don't compromise on is just showing up. That's the real work. That's how you build real momentum. All right, let's get into the blueprint itself. First up, the morning. This part is all about building momentum. You know how it is. Those first few choices you make can totally set the tone for the entire rest of your day. Okay, this seems almost laughably simple. I know, warm water. But that's exactly the point. It's not a huge, difficult task, but it's your first victory of the day. It's a tiny promise you keep to yourself. And that one small act kickstarts a whole chain reaction of discipline. Next up, movement. And just look at the language here. It doesn't say destroy your workout or go 110%. No, it's about a plan. You move your body. You push just a little bit harder than last time. And most importantly, you keep the rhythm. This is what builds that sustainable habit, that consistency we were just talking about. After you move, you've got to fuel up. And the strategy here is just brilliant in its simplicity. It's all about eliminating those complicated choices. Decision fatigue is a real thing. It drains your willpower. So this blueprint gives you a clear, simple formula to follow. Let's just walk through this. You start with a protein-heavy breakfast for clean, lasting fuel. Then a smart snack like fruit or nuts to keep those cravings under control. For lunch, you've got a balanced meal for sustained energy so you don't hit that afternoon wall. Later on, maybe some green tea for a light reinforcement. And then you wrap up with a light dinner to respect your body's recovery process overnight. See? Every single meal has a job to do. Now, this is a really critical part of the day. We're talking about the non-negotiables. Think of these as little anchors in your schedule, small, mandatory habits that reinforce your commitment and help you power through that afternoon slump we all know and hate. And here's a perfect example, just 10 minutes, that's it. It's not a huge time suck, but making it non-negotiable, that's a super powerful psychological tool. It helps with digestion, it clears your head, and it's a physical reminder of the promise you made to yourself this morning. This shows how small actions are really the glue that holds the entire day together. So we've gone through the actions, the water, the workout, the food, that little walk. But what's the actual goal here? It's not just about ticking boxes on a to-do list. It's about developing a very specific mindset. This right here, this is the heart of the whole philosophy. The perfection mindset, it's a trap. One little slip up and you feel like the whole day is a write-off, and that leads straight to burnout. But the consistency mindset, that's about the big picture. It's about real, sustainable progress over time. It's about showing up even when it's not perfect. And that brings us right back to where we started. The win isn't having a perfect day. The win is getting to the end of the day and being able to say, I did it, I showed up, you were consistent. And that feeling, that's what gets you to show up for day 30. Look, the whole point here is that you don't have to adopt this entire blueprint tomorrow. The real spirit of day 29 is about starting small and just being consistent. So I'll leave you with this question. What is the one simple, non-negotiable thing you can commit to doing tomorrow to start building your own momentum?
Thanks for watching. Every repetition counts. Every day matters. Stay consistent. See you in the next video.